The following video we will learn about the farming experience of Simon Kennas. Firstly, we will look at his family background of farming, and then we will look at his work experiences, and then his educational background and his future prospects. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Simon and my surname is Kennas. I am from Newland province in Papua New Guinea. In Papua New Guinea, about 90% of the land is owned by the indigenous Papua New Guineans, and an estimate of 85% of the 10 million population lives in rural areas and are subsistent farmers, so they depend on agriculture to sustain their livelihoods. For me, I come from an agricultural background, meaning that my grandparents and my parents they do gardening, so we have land there. So my grandparents and my parents, while growing up, have involved with them in farming, planting tuber crops like sweet potato, cassava, taro, bananas, and other vegetables like capsicum, beans, and chili, and all this. So I come from an agriculture background where farming has been practiced as part of the family. So it's something, it's part of me, part of life. I can remember my grandparents. They looked after. We have goats. They look after goats, and also village chicken. So they the chicken go around. They do like free range. They feed on household waste, kitchen waste, and so I feed them. I used to help my grandparents and my parents feed the chicken, and also to bring the goats out to the fields to browse. So I have that general background of farming, so it's my first experience. So that's what motivated me after I completed my secondary school of education. I thought I was motivated by sustainable practices in agriculture, and to learn more about sustainable practices, organic farming, and all this. So it motivated me to further my career, to go to apply to the oldest agriculture university in my country back then. So I was accepted. That is why I did my bachelor's degree. So yeah, my first professional full-time job experience, I was employed as an artificial inseminator for the largest, the only one, the largest commercialized dairy farm in my country, Hilimo Dairy Farm. So I was engaged in, trained and engaged in, played the role of an artificial inseminator. So we would monitor the heat of the heifers, and then we would, I would go and artificially inseminated them. So I was trained by an Israeli vet there, and I was good at it. My conception rate was around 80% plus. So it was good. I was also trained to carry out the ovarian synchronization protocol. So we would introduce our heifers into the ovarian synchronized protocols, where we would give them hormones via injections. So then we will go and inseminate all of them at the same time. So it was quite a good experience for me. I learned a lot at the dairy farm. I know how to do pregnancy diagnosis via rectal palpation, and also using ultrasound devices. Learned branding, hair tagging, hoofing, done vaccinations, attaching pedometers on the legs of the cows, and what else? I was also involved in the milking process itself. So we would take cows from their sheds. So it was like an intensive system where cows lived under the sheds, the milking cows. So we would take them into the milking parlor. So they would stand, have their showers, and then we would put them, we'll drive them into the milking parlor so they would go and stand. But before that, those milking cows came from the wild, so they didn't know how to walk into the parlor. The parlor. I mean, the blocks where they go and stand. So we had a challenge that we had a time to train them, teach them how to go and stand there. So eventually we trained over 300 milking cows to go and stand. So I was involved in the standing the milking parlor, and then we would go and strip the milks, and then we would attach the clusters, and then the farm, it was partnered between an Israeli agriculture company and Papua New Guinea government. So they used like high-tech equipment and softwares to run the milking parlor and other facilities in the dairy farm. So when they attach the clusters, we would attach the clusters, and then once the cluster sense that there is no milk, it will automatically withdraw from the teats of the milking cow. So we would go and then disinfect them and then send them back. So everything is recorded. It will appear on the screen and goes into the computer system. So that's where the record of the milking and the production are kept. I'm involved in assisting cows where they have difficulty in calving or dystocia. They experience dystocia. I would help them, assist them to deliver the calves. So we would take the calves to the nursery. We would disinfect the umbilical cords and do the record keeping there. And then we would also test the quality of colostrum, and then feeding of calves, and then do vaccination, branding, and then tagging and all this. So it was quite a good experience. Not only there, I was also involved in the waste management of the manures. We would attach cleaning implements in front of the loader, and I would drive the loader and brush the manure into the tank, the collection tank, and then we would pump it out and then take it to the field and spread it on the field. And also I was involved in the feedlot system. So we would load O10A, alfalfa, hay, minerals and other salt and vitamins, wheat, soybean and other ingredients that we would load them into the loader, and then we would mix them and then deliver them in the sheds. So that's where I learned how to operate the tractor and the loader and the mixer itself. So it was quite a good experience. Overall, I learned a lot from the farm. Mastitis was one of the diseases that we were battling against. It was kind of common there, but we tried our best to control it and apply preventive measures. So we would make sure that we disinfect the milking facilities and equipments, and also the shed. We would spread dry flooring, replace the flooring of the cows. So we would also manage. I was involved in managing the milk also, and storing them and transporting it into the factory where we would process it. Currently, while I was there, and now currently, we managed to produce fresh milk yogurt. We did some yogurt and ice cream. So it's available in the some of the largest and the top supermarkets in the capital city in my country. On the shelves, our products are there. So it was a good experience and a good accomplishment or achievement for me there. So I'm happy for that experience. So with my curiosity in seeing animals, different diseases in animals, I would go and visit the nursery and would see calves getting sick, having diarrhea, fever, and all this, and also mastitis. So I decided to further my career into the veterinary field to learn more about diseases and veterinary drugs and treatment and all this. So I applied to the only veterinary clinic in my country, which is called the Royal Society for Prevention Against Cruelty Towards Animals, RSPCA PNG, and I worked there for a year. So I worked for 2 years at dairy farm and a year at the veterinary clinic. So at the veterinary clinic, I would assist the vet and the vet surgeons for consultations with the clients, and they would bring in small animals. We usually deal with small animals like pets, cats, and dogs. So they would bring them in, so we would treat them for diseases, or we would deworm them, or treat them for flea, tick and flea, and all this. I was also involved in establishing or implementing the 3 largest de-sexing clinic in my country, in the capital city, to control the population of stray animals. So we spayed the female ones and castrated the male ones, around 300 plus animals during the time. It was a public de-sexing clinic, so we went out to the community and we were doing the de-sexing clinics where the public would bring the animal, and we also have a team that goes out and trap and catch all those stray animals. So we would de-sex them and then put them into our adoption programs where we would find homes. We would train them, vaccinate them, and feed them, and then find permanent homes for them. So it was a good experience for me also to assist the vets in the surgical procedure itself. So I would play the role of an anesthetist, where I would assist the vets by monitoring and controlling the anesthesia during the surgery. And I've learned that role, and I can say that I know I've mastered that skill, and also I was there involved with the vets doing medical treatment for injured animals, and we would also go out to the local farms. We would visit farmers and their livestock, like chicken farms and cattle farms, goat farms, sheep farms. So we would go and deworm the animals there at the farms, the local farms. So it was a good experience to build my connection also with the local farmers and to help them out, help the farms and the animals. So it was a good experience for me while at RSPCA. My recent employment, my job, after leaving the RSPCA, I went and I worked with the Animal Science Department at the Papua New Guinea University of Natural Resources and Environment. That's the university there I did my bachelor's degree there in sustainable agriculture. So I applied for a tutor position there. So I was accepted and I got a 3 years contract, and I worked there. My roles include assisting the lecturers to deliver some of their lectures, especially when they cover topics regarding dairy farm or the veterinary science side of the concepts that they are learning in class. So I would demonstrate the practical aspect of it. I was also involved in assessments for students, undergraduate students, and basically conducting practical sessions, assisting the lecturers and the technical officers, and we would conduct practical sessions for undergraduate students, around 500 undergraduate students in the field, in the farms. So I would demonstrate livestock husbandry practices, like for instance, when they learn about cows and the husbandry practices of cows, I would take them down to the farm and would show them how to do artificial insemination, pregnancy check, how to do branding, oofing, giving vaccination, deworming, and all these. So it was a good experience for me there, where I was training the students. I also learned a lot from the students, and I also gained new skills and knowledge while working at the university, learn from other of my colleagues there. And that's where I built the interest of doing research. So I conducted two research during my time at the university. One was about regarding the pastures and the body condition score of the beef cattle there, and the other one was about the internal parasites of the goats there. So I studied the different types of internal parasites affecting the goats at our farm, the university farm. So it was a good experience there for me there at the university, because they have the facilities and they have the animals there. So I gained a lot of experience also working with the horses also, and learning how to ride the horses while at the farm. So it was quite a good experience for me. I learned a lot, not only with the animals but their pastures and the other crops as well, at the farm. So it was a good experience for me. While at university, as part of our assessment, we go out to test the soil. We do go out to clear the land for planting cash crops. So during my time at the university, I not only learned the theory part of it, but I was also engaged in the practical aspect of the lectures that I took in the classrooms or lecture rooms. So we were taught how to plant cash crops such as vanilla, coffee, cocoa, coconut, rice, and all this. So we were taught how to plant them, process them, and also market them. So it was part of our assessment for my undergraduate course that was there. Not only for cash crops, but the university owns a fair number of livestock, around 1,000 plus different livestock. So we have the beef cattle, we have the Muscovy ducks, broiler chicken, layers, we have the pigs, we have the sheep, we have the goats, we have the horses. And so I was there as part of my assessment also. We would go to the farms, we would work there, do husbandry practices, learn husbandry practices. We would also go to the fields and assess the pastures, the grazing system, and replant the pastures, do waste management of the manures for organic farming, and all this. So while at university, I gained a lot of hands-on experience, and while I was there, so it really helped me a lot. Well, given this opportunity to work in Ireland, I am very happy and excited for this opportunity. It will be my first international work experience, job experience, and I'm looking forward to it, to work with Farm Solutions and the Irish farmers, to learn about the farming practices of the Irish farmers, and to identify gaps and try to fill in those gaps which where I can fit in, and then to apply some of my skills and knowledge that I've learned from my experiences and while studying, and also to build those new skills there, and to contribute to the society there in Ireland. So it will be a good opportunity to build a network with Irish farmers, and also with farmers in my country also. So this opportunity, it will help me, it will enhance my farming experience. And after my contract, once I return back to Papua New Guinea, I would train local farmers and students on how to manage or how to start up a small dairy farm. So that is like a gap in my country right now, where the government is looking into supporting farmers have that interest to establish small dairy farms, but they don't know how to start up, how to go about it, and how to the skills needed and the knowledge needed to manage or to establish a small dairy farm. So this opportunity will really help me, my career, and also my the farmers and the students in my country. So upon returning home back, I will come and apply those skills to support the farmers and my country as a whole, and also to build, like I mentioned, to build a network between the Irish farmers and my farmers as well, because we have a lot of farmers that not only engage in raising livestock but also cash crops such as vanilla. We have a good variety of vanilla. Then in Papua New Guinea, cocoa. We have the best coffee also, the coconut. So it would be a good experience to build a network, and maybe to establish something. Maybe we can export, or we can do arrangement for export and all this. So we can bring some of our products there to Ireland, and then have it on the shelves. They're available for the farmers and the consumers there in Ireland, and I believe it will be it will also help the Irish economy. It will boost the Irish economy. So these are some of the things that I am hoping and looking forward to tap into, and to work with you all. And I'm very excited, like I've mentioned, for this opportunity. And thank you for listening to my story and to my farming experience, and I hope you like it. Thank you very much, and I am looking forward to meet you soon in the future. Thank you, and Grandma Agats.